this weekend, I thought I'd begin this short introductory speech by reading these words by Martin Luther King. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Well, it was destiny that brought Luc Longley to the Chicago Bulls.
Woo!
In 1995, in a search for a big man, a big body, to stand in the way of the vicious attack by Shaq O'Neal, we went and traded for Luc Longley and brought him to the Chicago Bulls. Luc became the starting center on a team of destiny. One that would win 3 championships and more games in successive seasons than any team has ever done in the NBA. Luc was the one with the big body, but he was also the guy with the biggest and warmest heart. He was always ready for a good day, mate, or a good on you when someone did something good. On a team that boasted unity, Luc was the one that threw a steak on the barbie and the shrimp and invited his mates over to join him. He was a unifier. He also represented Australia well. We had to put up with watching highlights of Australian rules football and his enduring loyalty to the Fremantle Dockers. And Guy, he forced us to watch Priscilla tweet in the desert, which we had a player who vied for those 3 roles in Dennis Rodman. Fortunately, he spared us cricket. Yeah. When we dismantled that team in '99, Luc insisted that we come over to Australia and visit him. I was one of the lucky few that did. I took a hiatus in 2004 and 5 from the Lakers, and I had a great time. Saw Sydney, the great Harbour City, went to Melbourne, watched the Australian Open, but the warmest time I had of all was in Perth, Luc took me down to Denmark, where he's got a little farm, and we swam in the ocean, and we ran ATVs along the ocean front. And he taught me some things about that giant country so far away. He brought me into Fremantle, and I had dinner with his future mate Anna and her friends. And we went out and hung out on Ratner Island. Rat something Island. But during that time down there, I got to know a definition that I was always mystified in. In '97, in January, actually this month of the season, I received a call one Sunday afternoon before a basketball game in LA. And Luc said, "I really screwed up, coach. I was out body surfing in Manhattan Beach, and I got dumped in the sand by a rogue wave. I broke my collarbone, and I'm going to be out for 6 weeks." Now, since that time, I've had other occasions with that kind of an injury, but I didn't understand exactly what a rogue wave was. But I did understand we're going to miss our center for 6 to 8 weeks. Luc still has a hitch in that shoulder as he comes up tonight. You'll see it, but I always kind of kidded him about that rogue waves thing down in Manhattan Beach. But when I was visiting him down in Denmark, and we were riding these ATVs down the sand in front of the ocean, he stopped and made me stay behind because he said a rogue wave had washed out the pinnings, the underpinnings of the sand, and I had to be careful. I kind of laughed at that joke, and then we went on, fished a little bit off the ocean, came back, journeyed back into Fremantle, and had dinner that night at an open space. We were looking for a place to sit down when some people invited us to come over and join them. And so we sat in the community. And of course, the friendly people that we are in Australia said, "How are you doing?" And we said, "We're doing fine." And we said, "How are you doing?" And they said, "Well, not so good." We were down camping on a campsite down on the southern coastline, and a rogue wave came up and took our tent and camping gear away. I think Luke bought them dinner that night. But he's my rogue, and he's the one I want you to watch now as we enjoy the highlights of Luc Longley.